Welcome to Jason Unleashed. How's it going, everyone? Jason Carter here. Great to see you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again this week for season 3. Really cool guest today, you guys. He is, fashion designer, director, and motivational speaker, Ty Hunter. And he just stepped into the room. I'm going to bring him in just a second, but this man is tremendous. We're going to talk about everything he's done, his career, how he is just such this beacon of positivity and all that he's working on. Let's bring him in. Boom. Man, I had to give you that intro before I sent the request. You guys know the drill. Any questions for Ty, leave them down below. And welcome to the show, Ty Hunter. Ty!
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. One, can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you a little bit, but yeah, I can see you.
Oh, you can hear me a little bit? What do you mean to hear me a little
I
bit?
can hear you enough.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Ty, welcome to the show. Welcome, Jason Unleashed. How you doing?
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Of course. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. So honored to have you here on the show. As I said, we've been talking a lot the last couple of weeks, and we're going to get into your incredible career as a fashion director and stylist and entrepreneur. But what has really resonated with me the most, Ty, is how your social media has become this like daily devotional and hub of positivity, inspiration, and just life lessons that thousands go to every single day. I mean, you have this unique gift for being a motivational speaker. Did you always know that?
I didn't, but then I did. It's the weirdest thing. Like when I was going through a transitional period, first of all, my social media was just me, posting things that meant a lot to me, things that I was going through. And as I traveled the world and like I was on tour and stuff, like different people would come up to me and be like, you helped me get through a divorce, you helped me get through depression, you helped me get through even suicide.
Wow.
So I realized my platform was bigger than me. And so instead of just putting selfies or just making it be all about just fashion, I decided to dedicate my page to make it a place because social media can be a dark place. And that's why I make everything yellow, so it can be a ray of light of sun. So I wanted to be a place you can escape and go to and just feel good and get a laugh or just help you get through things. Cause life is tough out here. So it was
Yeah.
important for me to use my platform in a positive way and lead the people in a great direction to just bring positivity and let them know you can get through this and let them know you're not alone.
Right.
My life isn't perfect. I'm going through so many things as we speak, but I also wanted everyone to know that, you can get through this if you have faith and just believe and just keep the mindset on positivity.
Right.
Yeah.
Positivity, faith. You
Yes.
have such unshakable faith. What built that? Where does that come from?
I think it's just, my mom was a single parent and, my dad was a great father. He just passed from cancer as well. My mom has cancer now. And just, I don't know, just knowing that life it's not nothing good lasts forever, nothing bad lasts forever, nothing good lasts forever, nothing bad lasts forever. And just knowing that it's already mapped out and we just have to enjoy it and, do as much as we can here and just my whole thing is just stamping so many people in such a positive way and just let them know that I was here and just help people get through stuff and just try to be a vessel of light for people.
Right.
And faith is just something that my family has always just instilled in me and just let me know that it's going to be a better tomorrow. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing good or bad lasts forever.
Right. We're sending out lots of healing and love to your mom and your family, man.
Thank you.
The same way you're a vessel of positivity for us, we're the exact same for you, Ty. So much
Thank
love,
you.
man. Absolutely, brother. Like I said, I go to your page every day, and it's so funny that I'm actually talking to you because for months, I would say since fall of last year, when my friend Courtney Tezano, who's also from Houston, had
Yeah.
sent me a quote from you, and I was like, oh my gosh, why have I not been following him and been, and it's beyond the fashion because of course you're known the world over as being this fashion designer and fashion expert and an entrepreneur, especially working with Beyonce. But what's cool is that, as you said, your brand is beyond that, and you walk the walk and talk the talk. It's not just for show, it's not performative. That's who you've been. I mean, I've watched hours of interviews from over the years of you, and you've always had the same creed. even up until now. So, I mean, that's something to be commended.
Thank you.
Absolutely, 100%, man. Your career is incredible. And the way you stepped into fashion is like, what? That doesn't happen to everyone. People know, but they don't know. You're very cerebral, and what you were doing before fashion was very cerebral. Take us through the journey of Ty Hunter, very briefly, if you can.
Okay, I give you the cliff notes.
Cliff notes.
um, I used to sit under a microscope. I was in the medical field. I worked on artificial heart valves, believe it or not. So I used to sit under a microscope, work on artificial heart valves, and I made really good money. And it was a company here in Austin, Texas called Carbometic Implants. And one day I was getting dressed with a good friend of mine, and I found out we were getting dressed, and he took his shirt off, and he had a scar. And I was like, "What happened to you, Tupac? You got shot?" And he was like, "No." He was like, "I have a heart valve." So this place that I love going to, and I make good money, and my numbers were up there, and I always knew I was making them for humans, but it just kind of remixed everything because it was so close to home. So this place that I love going to, I dreaded going to, and it just became, I can't do this anymore. So the president at the time had family leave where you could leave your job
Yeah.
for 3 months. It wasn't guaranteed, but I was cool with my boss. I was like, it's a lot going on with I just made a complete lie. If he's watching this, I'm sorry.
All worked out, though.
But it all worked out. I was like, I have all this family stuff going on. I need to get out of here. So I called my cousin who lived in Houston, because Austin is a beautiful place, but it's very white, black.
Right.
It's no in between. Like it's no, I don't know. It's just not what I needed to get where I'm going and to just grow as a person. So Houston just reminded me of a little mini New York at the time, and it was just different cultures and different, mix of great people and style and fashion. So I asked my cousin, can I come stay with him for a month? And I got to Houston and I was like, I cannot go back to Austin. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And this is where Tyrone is going to become Ty. So I started working at my first gig, believe it or not, I worked at TJ Maxx doing
Hey,
visuals.
yo, don't knock the Max. Me and the Max have an intimate relationship.
TJ Maxx, but it was so crazy because I would do the home, like where home goods are. So I would make these beautiful displays, but at TJ Maxx you could shop the display. So I would go and make this beautiful thing, and I come back and like things are missing, and I was like, this is making me mad. But it was supposed to sell it, but it was
Right.
making me so mad. And I worked at Office Max at night. I worked 2 jobs because I was also I had my daughter. I'm a parent, and my daughter. So I worked those 2 jobs, and then I started working at the Galleria Mall. And Destiny's Child at the time had No 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 on the radio. They were like neighborhood superstars.
Yeah.
And so Miss Tina would come in the store, and she just, I mean, if you met Miss Tina, if anybody knows, she's everybody's mother. She's everybody's, like, she just gives you family instantly. And we just connected when we first met. And every time things came in the store, I would contact her. And I got recruited to work at the Guest store I worked at a store called Booyaka at first. And
Booyaka!
Booyaka was like a really cool store. They played Bob Marley all day, Gypsy Kings. They had a waterfall in there. They had trees in there. I was like, I can do this. So I worked there and I did visuals there. And so when things came in, I would contact Miss Tina. And we, like, you remember the Aaliyah skirt with the slit on the slide on both sides, and Monica wore it in the video? Yeah. So we had like very inexpensive, like really cool, like jersey material things. So when things came in, I would contact Miss Tina. And then I got recruited to work at BB. And so when I worked at BB, everything just like elevated. BB was the blessed.
BB was
it was so crazy. Like I'll be in the club, they'd be like, I got Ty Hunter from BB in the club. It was like the place. So Miss Tina, I started meeting each girl separately, but I never was starstruck. I never was like, oh, I was with Kelly yesterday, or I was with Michelle, And so one day MTV was filming A Day in the Life of Destiny's Child, and they all came in the store, and everybody was like, Ty, and Miss Tina was like, I didn't know you knew Kelly. I didn't know you knew, Michelle. And I was like, yeah. So she was like, I'm gonna get you out of here one day. And probably like a week or two later, I had a day off. I just called her. I had a day off, believe it or not. And I was like, Miss Tina, I'm just seeing if you need any help today. And she was like, yes, I do, baby. Can you come meet me here? So I literally went and met her at the seamstress, the tailor guy, Jaime, who she would help. They would work together to bring the creations together. And the rest is history. My first job was the Survivor video. I started when it became three.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
And that was such a glorious time for because 98 with the album 99 The Writings on the Wall, 2001 with Survivor, and then with Destiny Fulfilled in 2005. That was such a glorious time for the girls and also with music, right? And then you
yeah.
had and then I mean I would say though, I think the moment where some of the best styling you did, Ty, was 2003 for Dangerously in Love, because there we saw just this emergence of Beyonce growing into a woman. She
Yeah.
moved from being in, Destiny's Child. There, of course, there were women then, but it was just a different energy. In that time, how were you cultivating the Ty signature and how you would style her, and what was inspiring you then?
When I started, we couldn't pull clothes. Like, and so Miss Tina being the the wizard and she just everything. She just made something out of nothing, and she just her still to this day you can see a lot of things that she did knocked off in fashion, and all the girls at the time were dressing like boys. It was that time when girls
Yeah.
were more like you had TLC, Escape,
Uh-huh.
so. Miss Tina and we all just wanted to bring that old Hollywood glamour. So a lot of times you would just see the girls in gowns and then they just disappear when you go to after parties and nothing, just disappear. So to just I it would when I would go to showrooms, they would not let me pull. It was just crazy. So when independent women dropped, um, it got a little easier. So it just got I wasn't a stylist. I've always been stylish person. I never knew
Hmm.
that I could get paid for this. I was best dressed in high school. I always went against if everybody went left, I went right.
Right.
So I've always been that person. So just to really learn fashion. I didn't have style.com. I didn't have Google. Like we didn't barely have phone. Like I had a
We
two-way
didn't have that.
pager.
We didn't
I
have
used
these.
to carry I used to carry a backpack with a phone book in it and just like act like I'm staying in a hotel just to use the concierge to find out where to find stuff. So all of this styling and all that was like new to me. I learned like all of that on my own. I didn't go to school for it. It's just getting ready to go in the showroom and just finding those things that I think will work with the girls' bodies and learning what their insecurities were and just learn to like get in there and make them get rid of the insecurity was my
Right.
top goal. And just, it was a lot of great designers at that time. So just to be able to just go in the room to go from not being able to go in there to go in there and it's just yours. Um, that's kind of how everything happened for me.
I love that. Very quickly, Ty, I want to say what's up. I want to do some shout outs in the comments to the Blairisms. Holler out the Blairisms. They're
Hey
amazing. Sam
guys,
Price,
that's
Car-
family.
family, Carmit Bakar of the Pussycat Dolls. She's watching right now. We
Carmi.
live for it. Carmit's been on the show. That's Carmit is gold as well.
I
I'm
love
gonna
Carmi.
as someone who is deep. I mean, you have a career that spans over 20 years. You are an expert in your craft. Question: what makes it? Is it the person or the clothes? Where's the magic?
The magic is definitely in the person. That's why a lot of times you can see a girl on the carpet with look number 17 from this big designer and it's not bringing it. It's only because it's not the fashion. We're not born with clothes on. This is the thing that I say all the time. You're not born with clothes on. Your first outfit is your skin. And so until you get right in that, you will never be right in anything else. You got to
Say it.
get to a point where you're just the insecurities got to go away. When you look in the mirror, as long as Ty say, I'm good. I'm good and I don't care. You're not going to be able to please people. So you have to please yourself until you
Hmm.
get that mindset of just knowing. And that's why Gaga can show up with a meat dress on and everybody's like trying to wear meat. It's because of she know who she is
Yeah.
and she it's all about confidence and knowing who you are, and that's how a lot of and that's the thing I see a lot of people in beautiful stuff and they just don't carry it because the stylists have to take time out to really get to know their client and just learn what the insecurities are and just weed them off of it piece by piece. You can't
Hmm.
go from this to that. You have to
Hmm.
just say, okay, we're going to start it here, let's go there, let's go there, and then boom. You can't just go boom boom because it just they're not comfortable in that. So
Right.
you got to put that time in and get to know your client. It's not just the clothes, it's the person.
And you're when you're speaking on a relationship, here you are, you've dressed one of the most I would say, and I hate to use the word legendary because that doesn't even speak to Beyonce's breadth of work, her existence in her career. But you've been there for so many milestones and evolutions and creations and just different iterations of this star. Working so closely together with someone like that, is it almost? Do you come to a point where you already know what she's thinking, where it's like
Oh,
she's feeling this, or
yeah,
it's like this unspoken dialogue between the two that it
yeah.
vibrates.
It definitely, because we grew together. You know, she wasn't Beyonce, I wasn't Ty Hunter. Like, we're like brother and sister. So, we just know, like, I just know, like, and if I want her to go outside of that, like, I've worked with other stylists to, you know, to work on different projects with her and stuff, because I don't never have a chip on my shoulder. What's for me is for me. And
Hmm.
so, it's good to see her play and go outside of our comfort zone of what if I show up with something, she'd be like, oh no, I'm not gonna wear that. But if somebody else come, you know, she might take a chance with it and stuff. So we just grew to know each other and know what I can just we just don't even have to communicate. Like
Right.
I could be like I could stand in front of the stage and just she'll see me and she'll know something needs to be fixed or whatever.
Wow.
It's just I mean, that's just growing together and knowing each other. So we became a bond and family.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's with that creatively. I mean, style, fashion, clothes, energy, fragrance, all of it. There is inspiration and an energy that goes into making sure the look is perfect, making sure it's inspired. But also, I would say, I would imagine, Ty, that the music also inspires the fashion. Does
Yeah.
Beyonce ever let you hear? Does she give you music and say, okay, listen, this is what I'm thinking for this. Help
Yeah.
me bring these lyrics to life with this garment?
Oh, definitely. Every time, and it's just the whole team. Like, everything. Beyonce is just amazing. Like, she's in control of her whole brand, and so
Absolutely.
each album we get together and she has the team listen to it and then we just figure out the direction from hair to makeup and everything. You know, you might go Sasha Fierce, you might go Bridget Bardot for one album. You just and we make boom boards and we just get that whole feel. So definitely the music inspires the fashion, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many moments have occurred in these people's lives that are moments for them. Is there one moment for you, Ty, as a designer, as a creative, as a contributor, as a motivational speaker, as a director, where you look back and think, "Wow, I did that," or not I want to say a piece de resistance because you're always there's never a ceiling, right? But where you look back up till now and think that was magical.
Yes. And before I say that, my uncle just pulled up and he's gonna walk in here and say something loud. So I'm praying that he don't say anything crazy.
We'll
But
take
yeah,
it.
um, I would definitely say my first time because when I started, it was go go go. Like
Hmm.
Destiny's Child was everywhere. We were constantly traveling the world. We were in every country, and I never took the time to really take it all in because it was all new to me and I didn't want to mess up and I wanted everything to be perfect. And I was also being a sponge, observing everything that Miss Tina was, I was learning. So I was still a student. So
Hmm.
it hit me when we were in Japan and it was like their TRL and all of the Asians were all stacked up and on top of each other's back and they were singing Survivor
Hmm.
and knowing that they didn't speak English and that was my moment. I kind of teared up because it was just letting me know that being a country boy from Texas, and I've always knew that I was different and special and wanted more. And I'm proud of you. You didn't even acknowledge it.
Hey,
That's
put them in
right.
the
I said my
line.
uncle gonna walk in and be loud.
Tell me, said what's up.
Everybody said what's up. But that was a moment that it really hit me just because like I said, I'm from Austin, Texas, country boy who yes ma'am, love you. Who had vision and dreams and when you're in a country town, well, what Austin isn't a country town, but it is a country town for me.
Sure.
But just you have dreams and you look at all these different things and you just want to be a part of something bigger and you
Hmm.
feel smothered and suffocated and have no sense of direction how to get there. And just having faith that you deserve that and you want to be there and just God just laid it all out for me. And that's the blessing in it all. Just knowing that you just got to believe, and even when it's a storm, why am I in this storm? What am I supposed to learn in this storm? And you just
Hmm.
got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. It's not easy. And if it
Right.
was, everybody would be there and it wouldn't be as special.
It wouldn't be a special. I received that 1,000%. With that said, what do you think have been the keys to your success? If someone said, Ty, why are you successful? And what do you define as success?
I would definitely say me being humble and treating everybody the same. I would walk in the showrooms. I talk to the interns. I talk to the girl at the front desk. You colored your hair. Today's your birthday. I'm just in the area. I brought you guys some donuts. You know, it's just things everybody just wants to be. Everybody's just jumping, look at me, look at me. And you just have to acknowledge people. And
Hmm.
that's what causes longevity. You're not better than anybody else. Everybody is, you might be better than me at something else, but at the end of the day, we are God's children, and you just kind of treat everybody the way you want to be treated. And it's sad that a lot of people think of me as being so different. And so, I just put out what I want to receive, and
Hmm.
I don't let anything get to me at all. I stay here all the time. You can meet me happy, mad, or sad. I'm here because if you go too high up there, you're going to lose your mind and have a stroke and die. And those people going to just work on the next victim. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't let anybody strip you of your character.
Or your joy.
Stay who you are. And if I feel like I'm going too down, I find the device in my friends who help me to get back to the level that I need to be. But
Hey.
yeah,
Yeah, I hear that. You stepped away from being a fashion director and a stylist because you felt like you needed to focus on you. You wanted there was other endeavors in your
yeah,
life that you wanted to bring to fruition. Tie light, I tried to get a tie light, I can't. I
yeah.
tried to get the shirt, can't get the shirt, but you have your own brand and your own initiatives. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I just, when my daughter turned 21, the next day I kind of stepped away from everything. And there was so many, projects that I was working on. I did On the Run one. And so afterwards, the tie light was coming out. I had my clothing line with Passion with Surf Fresh. And it was just a lot of things that I wanted to do outside of styling. And so I was in the tech world. And, it was just, I just feel like a lot of people wait till things fizzle out
Mhm.
and then what's next. But I believe that it's not the next chapter of my life. It's okay to have the bestseller. You put that up and start on the next book. So I just want to start on the next book, not another chapter of my life. And I remember when I met President Obama the second term, he told me, he was like, Ty, you're Beyonce stylist, where do you go from there?
Mhm.
Where do you go from there? So it just, it was a wake up call for me to just, venture out and do other things and, play around with fashion. And the great thing is that when I left, people thought I got fired.
Of
Showroom
course.
people started acting different. A few people started acting different. And I'm one of the nicest people on the earth. Angel. But people, started acting different and stuff.
Right.
So it was good to be a wake up call to let you know, no matter how good you are to people, there are some people just there for who you
Right.
are at the moment or what you're attached to. And God is amazing because after I left 3 months later, Beyonce called me and was like, hey, Ty, can you style me for the Met Gala? And I was like, of course. So it's like, oh shit, he's still there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it was just, it was a blessing and it was a trying time because even after I left, stepping out on faith, getting off of payroll and all that stuff, it's like, what did I just do? But I'm
Right.
glad I did it because I learned so much about myself and it triggered different gifts that I didn't even know I had. Like, I'm writing scripts now. I'm doing a lot of amazing things. So, I'm just here to enjoy this ride because this is just temporary. And life is not a rehearsal. You just got to just keep going. And if I believe in investing each day, investing at least an hour to your dreams and goals and just go from there.
Just go from there. You
Yeah.
mentioned writing books. That this was one book. This is another book, and now you're in this current book. What do you hope to fill this book with?
there's so many things that that are happening. Like I'm doing more TV stuff. Um, I've already filmed a few things that's hitting next year. Um, it's a lot of great things that are going on. I don't want to like mess up stuff, but
Hey, well, hey, it's all. I get you. But congratulations on that, Ty
thank
Hunter,
you.
man. Look, it has been. I know you're like Jay. I got 30 minutes today. You get 30 minutes. That's it. It has been a joy to talk to you again. Your guys, head if you haven't gone to his Instagram, go there now and just get into it. It bleeds of sunshine and just so many positive things, so much positive energy. And Ty, we see you, we cherish you, we celebrate you, we love you, and thank you for everything you do. And
Thank
man,
you
all the
so much.
best, brother.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much.
And thanks for being on Jason Unleashed. I will talk to you soon.
Anytime. Anytime. Thank
Bye,
you.
brother.
Bye.